Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, babies. Hi, my little lovies. Hi. I hope this video finds you well. I hope it finds you sweet and cute and darling, just as you are. This is a general message, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Whenever you find it, it is the right time because it is timeless. I will never reach out to you for personal readings because I am not doing them, and I would never do that anyway, so please report those people. This is my only platform, which is YouTube, so let's get into it. Yes, I'm just gonna send it with this message because I came in with nothing, so I was just gonna see where it goes for us. If you need to take time off or you're called to like take a break from something, definitely do it. Because that's going to rejuvenate you and kind of help you, give you some space to work through some things. Or just like take some time to just kind of go mess around or go goof off or something of the sort. That's going to help you get right, if you will. Set right. My computer's spazzing out. All right. Let's see what we got, babies. My little lovies. We have the Six of Cactus, which is the Six of Pentacles in this deck. The fire in the distance, there's like a little bonfire, campfire happening in the distance. That is pointing out to me that's significant. So if you would thought of burning, writing something down and burning it, that's going to help. That's going to help you release whatever you need to release, or if you feel called to do something of the sort. Just make sure you do it in a safe way and, don't burn your car down or something of the sort. That's funny. This tried to pop out and I put it back in. This is a Four of Swords. And it came out. And once again, that's the rest card. So if you're called to just chill or just take a break from something, so you can say you're processing some stuff from your childhood or whatever it is, or you're just going through it mentally, emotionally, just purging a lot of stuff, releasing a lot of stuff. I'm also getting the Temperance card in reverse was acting funny in the deck, so there's an imbalance. You might just be grinding too hard, or trying to will something into existence without doing the internal work or something of the sort that needs to occur. Or maybe there's this lack mindset that you're trying to, I need to work this much, I need to go hard like this, or else it's gonna fall apart, and then you end up in this imbalanced state. I'm just I heard somebody's too acidic or too alkaline, so they're imbalanced, they don't have a balanced pH or whatever it is. So that definitely the rest. And I'm also getting prayer and stuff like that. With this card, since there is stars in the background, it kind of looks like the night sky. Maybe you just need to take those moments when you're walking out to your vehicle, or you're happen to be in that transition period from a vehicle to a house or whatever it is, or you have that moment where you're outside, like look up at the stars and just like take that moment to like soak it in. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cactus in this deck in the reverse with the Lovers in reverse. Oh, okay. So so if you're going through a lot emotionally, you're going through a lot of, I heard the word transgression. I don't know if that's the correct word for that, but there just seems to be a lot like, bro, like I need a break, dog. Come on, help me out. You're just experiencing a lot, like say, I don't know, you meet a bunch of roadblocks at work, or you have vehicle problem, whatever it is. These are like it's literally to push you to like release, because we have the Lovers in reverse. It's getting you to release and let go of all of these like things you're holding on to, emotional baggage, or maybe stuff that you've like bottled down or like minimized, when in fact it's really important to you. So this is, once again, we got the Temperance in reverse trying to pop out. So all of this stuff, like say you like eat shit like on a ladder, or I'm just saying that because like that, you know, that's stuff that like happens for me at work or whatever. Or, you know, you have gone in and out of this door several times, and you know that you like never like rack yourself or check yourself on it, but like you end up like just hitting yourself super hard, or like somehow like giving yourself a bloody nose, you know, just weird stuff to where you like hurt yourself. Those little things that are happening are like trying to pull that bottled up, or maybe you didn't properly what's the word, process these things, so they're trying to come out in different ways. So that could be like stubbing your toe, or you know, just eating, you know, tripping and falling, you know, something of the sort, scraping your knee. And like I'm getting like there's like exhaustion and just all of these things like happening over and over again, and or just like a new thing happens, or this happens, you know, whatever, blah blah blah. That is happening so you can just finally release all this stuff that's like pent up in your body. It's supposed to like put you like, it's honestly it's supposed to make you grumpy, it's supposed to make you agitated, because those things you're supposed to feel. Like maybe you're all like, you know, I could see their perspective, or you know, with this Lovers in reverse, I could see how they could have done that to me, I understand why, like blah blah blah, I get it. And so you're minimizing your experience in that, because you're like, oh well, they just had which it's right to do, that's good to do, because you're like, yeah, they just weren't in a growth, they weren't in at a maturity level to treat me properly, they were operating out of their own wounding or whatever. But you're minimizing the fact that it hurt really bad, and so you're pushing these things down or whatever. And I'm getting like I'm just like hearing some of you like, well, I process my stuff or whatever. I'm getting like, if you know, for one, if you're not ready to, then this message isn't for you. And two, I'm getting that there's like super subconscious stuff that, or like that you thought you had already processed, are coming up with all of this. My hotties, my little cutie darlings, my little schmuckums. It's like, bro, can I get a fucking break? Like, come on. Oh. Nine of Jugs in reverse, which is the Nine of Cups. The Ace of Swords upright, Ace of Daggers in this deck, and the King of Cactus upright. So I'm seeing with this Ace of Daggers, see how there's like little mountains or little hills in the distance? If you feel called and like you're in a space to like just take a chance, go take a little day trip or whatever, wherever you can, or you know, however that looks for you, go take a little trip so you can unwind or take care of yourself. Like, you need to shift your environment a little bit, because I'm getting like, if I'm not like speaking this on you or anything, but I'm getting like, if you go to a different environment, you're going to be able to like release, like I see like you getting like emotional, or you know, if this resonates, whatever, somebody getting emotional, or like on the trip away from home, like in this new environment. Or if like you just go home to work, you don't go experience anything, or wherever you are in your life, you're staying stagnant or stuck, or you stay close to, you know, the housing that you're in, or whatever it is, wherever you're at. That like you're getting this monotonous, it's like, it's so monotonous and the same that you're able to numb out and like push down the stuff that needs to be processed. So when you go out and change your environment, it's all gonna bubble up to the surface so you can finally let it go. It's like necessary to get out and like go. It's like you have to get uncomfortable so you can finally release this stuff. It needs to be uncomfortable. It needs to be, and I'm not saying like, you know, if you enjoy road trips, that's not going to be uncomfortable to you, but it's going to be different. You're not going to be able to be in this numbed out, monotonous energy. You're going to be able to, oh, look at that, like, and then something might trigger you to where it like brings up this stuff, and it's finally like able to come out. So I'm getting with this Nine of Jugs, I'm getting two things, honestly, because we see how, to me, it looks like there's little eyeballs in the jugs. Pray that, for one, like pray your protection while you're going through this, or like just do a prayer before you like go on your like little adventure, whatever that looks like to you, or, you know, to change up your routine, shake it up. Pray that you're protected, and that like all monitoring spirits and energetic spying or physical spying is blocked and removed, and that you're protected, you know, whatever it is, however you feel that it's necessary. I'm just getting like the monitoring spirits, like, so, and that could just be like people, you know, running into you like while you're on vacation or something. Like, it doesn't always have to be, because like the energy could be like following you through like just shitty people in your life, you know. And I'm also getting with that Nine of Jugs, pray and ask that your ancestors be there with you and show you the things, like be open, or, you know, the Holy Spirit, universe, whatever you pray to or believe in, your ancestors, your spirit team, whatever, ask that they show you like synchronicities or messages or whatever on your little adventure. And I'm also getting, maybe that's that calling. They're actually like calling you to go do this thing, or like shift up your routine, or, you know, get out, just go to a store you've never been to, or go take a walk, an adventure, see a park you've never seen before, or, you know, gone to, whatever it looks like for you. I'm just getting, you need to change your environment and go be in a different environment so you can see these signs and synchronicities. And that's also with this King of Cactus, that's also going to help you with your abundance, because maybe you've always been like, oh, I can't take this trip because of money, blah, blah, blah. Or you didn't feed yourself. I'm one to talk. I rarely take vacation or anything like that. Usually when I do take time off, it's because I worked myself so tough. So like I overworked myself to where I'm sick because I didn't take any time off for bad behavior. I didn't take any time off to like mess around or do anything. And then I'm using my, you know, vacation, my PTO, or just having to take it because I'm sick and I should have just like taken a vacation and like rested, you know, because I'm always doing that work. So this is going to help you master with this King of Cactus. It's going to help you master, how do I say this? Like, this mindset of, oh, it's okay to take time off. It's like stepping out of that lack mentality, stepping into a more abundant mentality and moving in a way that's more abundant. And that's going to help you become that master manifester, the master of the material realm. And with that Ace of Daggers, you're also going to get this clarity and understanding. I'm getting, with the eye is very significant. Somebody might have just really pretty green eyes like that. I'm also getting like you may run into a person that has like eyes like that, or like just a significant, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a feature to where you'll get like an answer, or you'll see them with a t-shirt or something, and you're just gonna be like, whoa, what the hell? Or like, you see, like, say you lost your dad and they passed over a long time ago, and there was just stuff that needed to be processed, and you end up seeing a person when you're out on your adventure that looks just like them. Like you have to double take, quadruple take, you know, and just to be like, whoa, it's meant to like bring that stuff up. But this is going to help you. Once again, we have the night sky there. So go look, like, hell, I'm getting with that campfire. Maybe like if you're like, man, I can't afford a hotel or whatever, go camp under the stars, bro. Like go be somewhere different. Maybe if you have like a fear of sleeping outside with the coyotes and the critters and all of that, go challenge yourself to go do that. You know, bundle up really nice because it's spring and it's a turbulent time, but maybe you're meant to wake up with the dew on your face. Or, you know, wherever, this message is timeless. So wherever you are, just take care of yourself. But maybe you have like a fear of like sleeping under the stars, or because that used to be my thing. Is on the ranch I grew up on, one of the neighbors had a trampoline, like a big like giant one, like that fits several people, and we'd sleep on it under the stars. But one night there was coyotes, like a whole pack of them, that were like circling the trampoline. And that like freaked me out because I was like, oh my god, oh shit. So like, and that happened to me as a kid, so like that freaked me out about like sleeping under the stars, because like I had several instances where I was camping and like bears like tried to get in the tent. So like maybe that's a challenge for you, is like going to do something that you're a little uncomfortable with. Like you can like push yourself to do it, or you know, whatever it is. Like taking, maybe you have a vehicle that you're like, oh, I don't know. Challenge yourself and go take it on a trip to get like out of that like fearful mentality of like, oh, like, and that's going to give you the confidence in yourself. Once again, that King of Pentacles, that's going to make you that King of Pentacles. Don't get hung up on the gender, of course, because that's just an energy. You're daddy. And when I say daddy, that's a non-gender, a non-binary daddy. You're all daddy to me. You're all my babies too. So that's going to help you like have more confidence in your physical body, in your skills, and your, like, you go do this. And if a mishap or like a shenanigan happens, something that you isn't planned, you know, whatever that's meant to happen, so you can get in this like frustrated, agitated state, overcome it, let those emotions out that they're just old, they're staying in your body. I don't know, you go camping and like you sleep on a rock all fucked up all night, and then you wake up and you have that pain, that soreness, or whatever it is, that spot, like there was trapped emotions, trapped feelings, unprocessed stuff in your body that needed to happen, that this discomfort needed to happen. And all of this is going to give you that confidence in your material realm, in your physical body, in your abilities, by taking, I mean, do what you want. But if you're feeling called and you're like going through this, like, bro, I am like going through it. SOS. This is what you're being called to do. Like, take some time off for some bad behavior. I think that's Charlie Daniels. I need a little time off for bad behavior. Oh, David Allan Coe. Really? Okay, so it's Time Off for Bad Behavior by David Allan Coe. I think that's right. Let's see if the lyrics, they coming up, so I guess we gotta the album's called A Matter of Life and Death. So this is very significant. Also, I'm seeing it's like a baby sleeping in like cowboy clothes. Like, it's like the baby the best way to describe it, of what it looks like to me and how I'm reading it right now, is like an adult cowboy was wearing all his clothes, and then he turned into a baby, and so like it's like adult sized cowboy hat and shirt, but it's like a baby laying underneath it, and the baby's sleeping. So you need to like go process, go have this time off for bad behavior, or, you know, do whatever it is. Like, you haven't given yourself permission to go do something fun or whatever it is. I saw 2233 on the timer there. 2233, baby. Maybe you don't stay up late and you're like, oh, I gotta go to bed early and do all this stuff. Maybe you need to stay up late to 2233 and do something fun, or for yourself, whatever that looks like, and give yourself permission to screw around, mess around. And with the album cover being called A Matter of Life and Death, this is significant. This is very important. This is, you have a lot of, you're working through, not only are you doing your physical work and you're grinding in your life on the physical body, like, and you're trying to work on mental stuff, but there's also these painful things hanging on in you that need to come out. I'm being called to get this deck. There's some things that, oh my god, bitch, what'd I say? Look at that. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and look, they're doing a little road trip. They're doing a little, go, you know, maybe you're really strict with your diet. I'm not saying like fall back onto old habits, but like maybe you're really strict with your diet and you've been doing all of this like hard ass work on yourself, and maybe you just need to have a fucking bag of Skittles. I don't know, like I'm seeing like the bag of berry Skittles, so I don't know if that's significant. Do what you will with that information. Like the purple bag. I don't even know if they make that anymore. I don't really eat candy, but I'm being called to express that. Like, go have your little, do your little convenience store stop and get your little road snacks, and, you know, see how it's like an older vehicle. Like, yeah, maybe you're like, I don't know if my vehicle can make it, but you're also in that lack mentality and not trusting yourself that you can get through whatever you're faced with. Bitch, y'all, you cannot make this up. Y'all need to go on a road trip or like take a ride somewhere and get on a damn bus. I don't know how much Greyhound tickets or bus tickets are anymore. I haven't been on one in a minute, but do you like that? You need to get like shake it up. Like you're being called and asked to, because we have the 10 of swords, the 10 of daggers underneath that, with the Chariot card, which is like the vehicle card, the road trip card. Like go skirt, go. And maybe that's like you're with these two horses, you're torn between, oh well, what if something bad happens, blah blah blah, or I can't take time off, I need to focus. Like you're doing this emotional grind, you're doing this physical grind, but there's these things that need to be processed, and the only way to do it is like get out of your routine and shake it up. So that might be just getting, like, I'm proud of you and you're doing a good job by doing all this hard ass work, but you're burning yourself out. If this is resonating with you, you're burning yourself out because you're such a hard worker and you're like, I want to be better. I'm doing this work. I'm doing this hard ass work. But you're ignoring stuff that's like screaming for attention. And so like a little fun, I'm seeing it as like you going on a trip, you get triggered, or something, you see something that brings up an emotion or a feeling or an old trauma, whatever it is, you work through it. Then the rest of your trip is titties. Perfect. Dead nuts. Like it is like the most ideal, like it's like you need to get in your head, you're like, I was supposed to have fun on this vacation or this trip and this was supposed to be fun, and you're having like a breakdown. But like you thinking that and like having that, all of that is like part of the process. And we finally got our Temperance card upright. So that's confirmation that this is going to put you, whatever you need to do, whatever you're feeling called to do, bitch, you cannot make this up. That for sure is road trip energy with that Six of Swords. Getting out of it, leaving this state, like, maybe you're surrounded by your enemies and you're like, no, I'm not going to let them win. And you're like grinding because you're pushing back. You are doing a lot of work, but it's to your detriment at some point. Like you need a break. And with that break is going to be a huge breakthrough with that Temperance card. It's going to just be like, you're going to be able to, I just see somebody getting like super triggered or agitated. Like, bro, this was supposed to be a good time. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? I do put a brave face on, but I hurt inside. With that at the bottom of the deck. And we have walk away, and that's kind of just giving that like Six of Swords energy, like, bro, this is supposed to be a good time. It's going to be, it's just like you needed to get away and be in a different environment to get triggered because you've been, chin up when all you want to do is like just release. Like your body's asking to release the stuff. That's why you're feeling tired, you're feeling burnout. You're doing all this hard ass work, but you're not taking a vacation. And like this, whatever that looks like, I'm saying that metaphorically. Like you just need time off from it. Go give yourself permission to just screw around. Need a little time off for bad behavior. The devil in me done been asleep too long. I need a little time off for bad behavior. It looks like I've been too good for too long. Yeah, so like, and that's like finding this balance with this Temperance card of like how to mix the shadow and the light, how to mix the bad with the good. You've been good for too long, and to where it's to your detriment because that rebel inside of you is asking to come out, and so you can finally release this stuff. Because it's like, oh, well, I haven't been working a lot, like physically or whatever it is, but you've been doing it mentally, internally, spiritually, emotionally. You've been doing all this stuff, but there's these little seeds within you, these little spots within you that aren't getting attention because you're numbed out with your monotony. I've been up and gone at the break of dawn. I've been working like a regular dog to keep my woman and the lights and the water and the phone turned on. I've been saying yes, sir, all day at work. I've been saying yes, ma'am, at home. I've been storing up the cuss words, keeping them under my tongue. Oh my gosh, these frickin' ads like make the, oh my goodness. All right. So like the computer's spazzing out right now because it like froze because the ad was like had so much going on with it. And so like then I like see we met that little roadblock there. It's so like if you meet these roadblocks, these moments that are like frustrating or whatever, it's meant to slow your ass down, get you frustrated so you can finally release this stuff. All right. What stuff do they need to release? I'm getting this deck because I'm just gonna read the cards, and you know if something comes up for it, I will. But this is meant to trigger, or like I'm seeing like if you read this, listen to this video, and you had an event, like say you already took your trip, you're past that, but you had like an event and you were like trying to understand it. Hopefully these words or phrases will kind of trigger, oh, that's what it was. That's what I was releasing. Or, it's coming up and you'll be able to, oh my God, this computer's like spazzing out. So it's like you meet these roadblocks or whatever. Say there's a thing with an issue with the hotel. You go to stay in a hotel and they double charge you, and then they're like, oh, well, and you're like, bro, that you just drained my bank account, like, or something of the sort. That is meant to, like, for one, still let you have fun. You still need to have fun on vacation. You're already there. Like, fuck it. Might as well, right? Instead of, like, being like, oh. That's going to help you master this and be in this more abundant energy of, like, oh, I'm going to be taken care of. But you need to feel that frustration, that agitation, whatever it is, that fear, so you can finally, like, release what you need to release. I had this number on my mind a while. I've been fighting off the urge to call a pretty strawberry blonde with a southern drawl. Some good old boy is called from Alabama, said that the fish has been missing me, and I need to renew my friendship with Jim Beam. I need a little time off for bad behavior. The devil in me been asleep too long. So like that rebellious side, that reckless side, like it needs to be fed because that's part of you. And that's where you find this temperance, this balance between the two. You can, yes, you want to take care of your body and all of that, but like you also used to be a goon, right? So there's like a way to balance all of this because that's still part of you. It's not like you ignore it or push it away or feel shameful of it. I'm not telling you to go fall into bad habits again, but there's a way to find a balance and be in this rebellious side. And that might just be shifting your energy of like being a little reckless, like, oh, I don't know if I can afford this trip or whatever. Go do it anyway so you can get that like, woo, I don't know what's gonna happen, holy shit, ah. Hell, maybe you just get on a bus to go get a cup of coffee somewhere and then come back. Like, that's all meant to, bitch, we got the fuck around and find out card. And it said yes. Can it be any more clear? Hell yeah. This is part of, okay, so we have the Knight of Cactus at the bottom of the deck. This is part of that work that you're doing. It's like allowing yourself, it's like this little test of like, can I temper this? Can I have balance with this and not fall down the rabbit hole where I fall into this horrible habit again? Or I start being reckless or whatever. It's like testing how strong you are to be like, it's interesting because I went to this hot springs and it was just weird. I have 22% on my computer there for the battery. So 22s are significant if you're seeing them around. I felt called to pull these, but the lady was like talking to her kids and she was like, well, she's like, do you have a burger belly or a chip belly? You know, they're just talking about like quote unquote like foods that could be perceived as bad. And the kids were like, I like burgers, I like chicken nuggets, you know, whatever it is. And she's like, well, that's good, but you can eat them just as long as you have it in moderation. Like, so, and it was just weird that I heard that conversation. Like, you know, there was like lots of chatter going on, but that like stuck out. So, you know, this is you finding that moderation to where you're not like, you don't fall down this like super horrible binge, because you do have this rebellious side. You do still have that goon within you. And I'm not saying like it needs to be a trip. Hell, it might be like you need to go get in a fight. Like, I don't know you, but like, or, you know, like get in a tussle. Like, I don't know, like, but, or you used to like riding motorcycles and you don't anymore. Like, you need to feel some like excitement, some danger, because that was you. That is you still. You need to find that balance. We have 73, and that for me, before I bought my 7.3, my 7.3 diesel Power Stroke, I kept seeing 7.3 everywhere, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. I had always wanted a 7.3 liter diesel, you know, Ford F-250, baby, woo! I always wanted one, and that's like been like one of my dream vehicles, like one of my goal vehicles. And, you know, I didn't think I was in a point in time to do that, but I started like seeing the, you know, 7.3 everywhere, and, you know, things just like kind of fell into place. Like, I started like meeting new people, and I just lucked out to where this mechanic has like a ton of like 7.3s, you know, that he works on, you know, they buy at the auctions and they fix them up or whatever. And I just lucked out to where it was just like ever so perfect. It just all fell into place really easy for me. We have 26. 14. So these might be synchronicities that you see that's just like confirmation, or, you know, maybe that's like your favorite number, your birthday number, your age, whatever. We have 58. 26 again, so 26 twice here. 55. So that's like big changes for sure, skis. 57. Okay, so I'm seeing 58, 55, 57 the way they came out. That is telling me like it might feel like you're taking a step back with doing this, or like say you spend money when you're like, oh, I finally got a little savings up or whatever, like after my karmic ex ruined me, whatever. It might feel like you're taking a step backwards, but you're actually going in the right direction. It's like meant to happen this way. Because there's something in you that needs to be triggered, felt, and released. We also have the number 8 and the number 7. So lots of like steps. I'm gonna pull one more for that 26. We have 28. So yeah, perfect. So it may feel like you're taking these steps backwards with the 58, 55, 57, but it's all like supposed to be this way. And to match with that 26, we got 28. So like once you might, or like see, I'm seeing the 2 26s that came out as like, oh, I'm stuck, I'm not moving forward. That point in time of like sitting still and sitting in it, see how like it's orange? That's helping you generate this creative energy. And with the 14 being pink in between all of them, the way like I was called to place them, that is helping you with like self-love and romance with yourself, because the 2 cards that are popping out to me right now are the Chariot, because that orange, so that sacral energy, that creative energy, and this 9 of Cups in reverse, which is all that pink on there. So it's like this is showing you how you haven't been loving on yourself the way you need to. All right, let's do it. I love you so much, babies. I'm glad to be back. I had to take a little time off just because I was busy as hell, but we back in it. I just saw abundance at the bottom of the deck. All right, what's supposed to be exposed for them on this trip, or, you know, whatever it is. Yeah, this is going to teach you heart over mind. So whatever happened, whatever was triggered within you, that's what it is. What it is, ho, what's up? We have blue collar and burn the witch. So these phrases, words, whatever, might just be like significant to you, or, you know, kind of give you a trigger your intuition. Use your own intuition as discernment, as always. Trigger your intuition into being like, oh, that's what it was, you know. And when you're watching tarot in any of these videos or whatever, you're supposed to get the message for you only. So if only like a little bit resonates, or it makes you think of something else, but you're like, oh, but that's not what they said. We're all living through our own filter, our own lens. So like me as a reader, I've lived my life in a certain way, and I'm shown images in a certain way with how my brain thinks, and like how I can articulate it for you to understand. So like, you know, use your own discernment with that. So whatever, if this is meant to trigger something for you, so you can be like, oh, that's what it was. Or, you know, if this is yet to happen for you, if this is resonating, you'll be like, ah, okay. Or you'll see that phrase somewhere after you have your meltdown. So we have heart over mind, burn the witch, and blue collar. And we have emotions at the bottom of the deck. Damn it. So I meant to make a card, but I didn't add it to the stack, and it's coming to my mind. It's drag up. And so when you're like a welder, especially like on the pipeline, they call it dragging up, where you just like quit. You leave with no warning. You're like, yeah, I'm out. And it's usually because you're fed up with it. I need a little time off for bad behavior. So you have drag up fever right now. That's what your insides are asking for. It's like, yeah, throw it down, be like, I gotta go. This might be what you need to do at your job, is, you know, get that drag up fever. You driving off with all your welding leads and tools falling off your truck, like, fuck you, man. You need that rebellion. I'm kind of seeing it as like, if you don't take this time off for yourself, or go experience something different, love on yourself, this is how you show yourself love, or whatever it is, shift up your routine, you will get into that drag up fever when there's something. And that could just be like where you're like loving on yourself. Say you're going to the gym regularly, but you're like overworking yourself and everywhere else. So it's, if you don't take this time off or shift up your routine in some way, you're going to get so burnt out that you're going to drag up, you're going to quit on this thing when it's too early to quit. There's something that's supposed to happen with this. I'm also saying, like, if you just feel called and you're like sick of your job, then drag up, like quit. You don't have to stay there. And that might be, you realize this when you go on your little adventure, your little jaunt, your little expedition. You're going to realize, you're going to get these understandings while you're out there changing things up. You're going to realize, oh, this job isn't for me, I'm ready to drag up. Or, oh, okay, I'm just burnt out, it's really not that bad, I've just been overdoing it. And you're going to be able to have fun, and whatever's been like weighing you down and exhausting you, because I'm getting, it's like all of these things inside of you that have been like minimized, like you understand it's part of your like traumas or wounds or whatever, and you just minimize it, like, yeah, I'm over it, like I've healed that, whatever. These things are like running in the background, exhausting you. Like my computer fans like sound all crazy loud right now. It's like nothing, it's because all these ads are like running all over the place on this website. We have desk job. Interesting. I got blue collar and desk job. So maybe this is like you've been called to shift it up, change it up, or this is going to help you get clarity on like, yeah, I don't like doing this anymore. I want to shift this up. I want to change this. or maybe you already made that transition from like blue collar to desk job, whatever. And I'm not saying it career wise, but just like how you move in life. You already, I have 555 on my clock. I didn't change it, so it's technically 655. But 555 was significant. Maybe you already like made this change, or you're thinking about it, and there's like some processing that needs to happen. And I'm seeing that as like the way you move. It doesn't have to be like you were blue collar to desk job, whatever. It's just in a way you move, like how you're living your life, all of that. This is going to give you clarity. Or maybe you've had the dream to like shift the way you move, but you're like, oh, well, I live here, so I can't have a big redneck truck, you know, I can't have, you know, or, you know, I live there, so I can't do this. Like there's this limited thinking that's holding you back from being this rebellious and part of yourself, and tempering and, you know, mixing. Temperance is like when all of these things are mixed together, the light and the dark, the heavy and the easy, like all of that stuff gets mixed together. It's a violent process until it finally gets alchemized into the thing that it's meant to be, bubbling over and exploding and fumes coming off of it, whatever it needs to do. This, you're in that, and this is your inner self asking, be like, bro, I need this. I need temperance. I need balance in this. We're going from one extreme to the other. Like, say, you know, trigger warning, if you were like an alcoholic or drug addict or whatever, I'm not, for one, I am not condoning going back into that, but like there was a part of you that needed to be fed in a rebellious way by doing that. Like, say that's what for one, I'm not a professional in regard to that, but maybe that was part of you. And this is crying out for that because you need to release this stuff. And you need, like, say you need to go back to being like a little adrenaline junkie. Like, I need to go do something. I need to live life. And this might just be taking more leaps of faith and seeing what happens. That's going to feed that rebellious side of you. Heart over mind, burn the witch, blue collar, desk job. Mind your damn business. So maybe when you're out, somebody's like watching you, being all up in your business, but they're not helping you. Do what you will with that. You are safe. Or it's in the safe. Maybe this is you getting the code to the safe within you. Like you have like a safe inside your body. Like, you know, I'm just seeing it like this. Is like going out there, you find like a little scavenger hunt. Like you're on a scavenger hunt to find the code to get inside the safe within you with all of this, where you're meant to be balanced and master this material realm with that King of Pentacles, King of Cactus. This is where this is this little scavenger hunt. This is part of it, to get that code, to get within the safe within you, to where you can tap into these jewels within you. You are precious and perfect and wonderful, and being balanced is where you're meant to be. I need a little time off for bad behavior. It looks like I've been too good for too long. I got nothing left to say, but goodbye, goodbye, my love. That is Nothing Left to Say by Wetzel. So that's coming up to me. This is going to help you if you, like, I'm getting somebody's like, oh, I've moved on from them. I moved on from that situation, blah, 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 whatever it is. I'm not hanging on to anything from that, whatever that looks like. That actually, there's getting out of your routine and going out and experiencing this stuff is going to help you release the final parts of, you know, saying releasing getting like fucked over essentially by somebody, you know, your karmic ex or family members or whatever. The betrayal was so deep with that. God damn it, fucking computer. But and you're like, oh, I'm over it, I don't want to be in their lives, you know, whatever. There's something left inside of you that is still hanging there. Oh my goodness, this computer is being, the ads on this freaking website are ridiculous. And I'm kind of getting that as like, you've been doing so much processing and work and physical work and doing all, like taking care of yourself, like quote unquote, like you are, but it's like work. With all these ads popping up, like you're not even at peak performance because you're overdoing it. This is going to get you to that peak performance. 31% on my battery charge. What else? It's in the safe. You are safe. I am belittled at home, and I imagine my life with you. There we go. That's what's up. I have 7:03 on my clock. I always see it. That would be that. To me, it looks like 7.3 because the 0. So like, you're being guided to take these leaps of faith. It says 1987 on the website. I imagine my life with you. So there might still be people, like energetic cords that you haven't cut. You know, it's like you've moved on and you're like, oh God, never again. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No. But there's still like that deep betrayal that's lingering, that pain that's lingering because you were put in a state where you had to survive after that. Like say you had to leave in the middle of the night because somebody was abusive or whatever it was. I don't know if I should have said trigger warning for that, but I apologize if that was whatever. So you've been in survival mode since. You haven't had a time to relax and just sit in that and process it, so you can finally come into this balanced part of yourself, or existence, I should say. I am belittled at home. Yeah, so like there might be some old stuff that's come up, like your confidence issues or whatever, because of like shitty parents being just, you know, it is what it is. It happened to you for a reason, so you could overcome that and break these familial curses. Because, you know, your parents or guardians or whatever were only acting that way because that's how they were treated, but just in a different way. And by you taking it in and alchemizing that with that temperance card and meeting it with love and being like, I'm ending the cycle here. I'm not going to do this to other people. And then, you know, you still having to work through this and like find your confidence despite being told the opposite your entire life or whatever, however that looked for you. You meeting that with love is beautiful, and you're finally cutting the cycle. We have fake. It's making me think of that phrase or that time, not phrase, that chunk in time where they were making everything out of cake. Like, is it cake or is it real? Like, I'm seeing it, that's what I'm hearing. It's like, it's cake. You know, you go to deal with a person and you finally find out they're cake. You know, they're not even a real person, they're fake. And that may help you process and work through who this person was to you. Like, you had this deep betrayal. Yeah, you don't want them back, you don't want to deal with them, none of that stuff, but there's still that lingering shit there because you're a real person. And maybe it's hard to comprehend how somebody can be that way. but they don't even know themselves. They're fake. They don't even know what who they are at their core. They have no understanding of it. They don't look within. It's just surface levels sponge cake, with ganache, chocolate ganache, whatever. Everything's cake in their life. Everything's fake, superficial. We have child. If somebody lost, or like say I don't want to say lost, but couldn't see, like there was a divorce or something and your karmic ex took the kid, and it went through the courts and they were approved or whatever, that's going to get rebalanced. I have goosebumps all over my body. That's going to get rebalanced. This person is either just, I don't want to like scare you or anything like that, so only take it if it resonates, but this person's going to they're going to realize they fought to just hurt you. They're using the kid to just hurt you, and get their money out of you, or they kept you away from the kids because you fucked up or whatever in their eyes. That's all getting rebalanced, and any of the money that they got out of you and you didn't get to see your kids, like all the years that there was the separation, that's getting rebalanced. I know it's not like easy because you're like, yo, like I still lost all those years, but it's gonna get revamped. And these are individual people with their own will and their own ways of thinking, and things are gonna get rebalanced with that. This person can go ahead and be obsessed with the money and the financial part of it, and use your child as a weapon to hurt you and take your money and stuff like that. But it's all going to get rebalanced. This person may still get that money from you or whatever, but it's all getting rebalanced. For one, you're gonna be way ahead of what they're working with, and it's like, I'm seeing it's like like somebody being so obsessed with like $20, be like, bro, I lent you $20, pay it back. And they're just like relentless about it and like obsessed about it because they're acting out of lack. And say like you couldn't handle, like you were in a space where you couldn't give that $20, and but you did because they wouldn't leave you alone, and they're like, I'm gonna go take you to court for this, whatever it is. Like that's an extreme, but I'm just using that as an example. They were so obsessed with this, and that puts you in a bind, and it's all getting revamped because they're stuck on this small, petty, get back shit, and I need to get what's mine, instead of, seeing it that they're using 2 people with souls, or 3 people, 4 people, whatever. They're using this, like, because I'm kind of seeing it's like it was between you and your the other parent of your child, but also like the family that's coming in, like they played these games, and they got what was theirs. Say they, in whatever separation happened or whatever, they took your vehicle, or you had to sell it because you had to pay them so much, and things just didn't work out properly for you, or you were in a bind and they were relentless. All of that's getting rebalanced because they've been playing on this small shit. They can continue to be obsessed with like using a human with a soul as a weapon or a tool to get back at somebody, or gain monetary abundance, quote unquote, or winnings, when like you just playing the game, be like, well, I gotta do it, like I'm doing my hardest, I'm doing my best or whatever. That's all getting rebalanced. That must have been for somebody, because that was an interesting message I got there. I got haters gonna hate. It's all getting rebalanced. I feel that you're gonna have your family back, and you know, even if it was like your child is 18 now, but they're gonna see the truth, and they're gonna, you know, see where you're working. I do also like suggest that if you do, like, protect yourself, protect your winnings, because this person has been fucking you over for how long, and using, you know, a human as a weapon, and, you know, a way to get money out of you, or whatever it is, whatever, however that looks like for you in that situation. Or, you know, they, to get their taxes, you know, whenever it wasn't even about the kid, it was about just to get back at you. All that petty shit is gonna rack up. You know, it's just been like, I'm seeing it as like somebody that had like a bunch of parking tickets, and they never paid them, and then they have to go to like jury duty or something, and then like the cops find them while they're at jury duty. And so not only do they have the burden of going to jury duty, and they're like, you know, that's like a whole level of stress or whatever in itself, then they have all the stress of like all this back pay that they have to pay, or they have to go to like serve time or whatever it looks like, you know, all because they wanted to be on these little petty bullshits. And like, oh, I don't need to pay that, I'm above that, it's just a parking ticket. Like, I don't care, you know. And I'm saying that in a way they're seeing using another human as a weapon and a tool to use to get back at you, or, you know, use them to get money out of you, or whatever that looks like. So they can control your success in some sort of way. All those little things are racking up when they thought like, oh, it's nothing, it's just a small event, I got $50 out of you, whatever it is. That's all been racking up, and the hammer shall come down. And that might just be, you know, your kids finally seeing what the real truth is. The truth always prevails. And then, you know, yeah, maybe they are getting money out of you for like taxes or child support, whatever it is, or you are just very generous with the money you give. But like, and it puts you in a bind, but they're like, you know, living lavish. That's all going to come back and be exposed, and the truth will be exposed, and all of that, and it shall be rebalanced. Like, and I'm not saying you're going to get your money back from this person, but you're going to be blessed so greatly that it won't even matter. You can look back and be like, oh yeah, that was nothing. Wow, I was upset because I had, you know, $20 left in my account after having to pay all this stuff. And, you know, here they're living lavish, buying brand new vehicles, brand new houses, and all of that, and I'm paying for all of it. They get to go on vacation when I'm working my ass off. All of that. Gym here, like, you're working your ass off, but each time that you've been working your ass off with this gym card and to pay all this stuff, you're putting reps in. So meanwhile, this person's like, haha, like you don't get to go have fun, and I'm going on vacation on your dime, and blah blah blah, whatever was happening. Or, you know, I get to have fun with the kids while I keep them away from you, or however that looks. You've been putting in reps, you've been putting in time in that gym, like putting the work in by dealing with all of this. So it's made you stronger. You know, it's like you get to like take your robe off finally and go, like, your work clothes off, and go like show some booty meat, and people are like, God damn, like, you're looking hot, you're looking fly, you're looking strong. All of that stuff was meant to put you in a stronger state, and things are getting rebalanced. My throat's getting messed up, so that's pissing somebody off. Good. I hope I pissed you off. That's why I'm here. I can't wait for the pissed off comments. Fuck yeah. But yeah, like, it's all getting rebalanced. So don't you fret. Yes, it is awful, and I'm not minimizing that you experienced this when you really just wanted the time with your family or whatever, but it's getting rebalanced. We have the shitter. So I'm seeing that as like, okay, so if you see like a porta john, or, you know, a porta potty, or a shitter john, as I call them, that's significant. I don't know, but I'm also hearing like these people that used others as a weapon, or money as a weapon, whatever. That could even be your own parents being that way. So it doesn't have to be it was your baby mom, baby dad. That could have been your own parents. They're getting theirs. Don't you worry. Don't obsess about that. Focus on you, and your life is going to get so much better. It's getting rebalanced, I promise. I'm also getting, if you had really like your parents were more obsessed with getting money than caring for you, like that was more important to them. Like say you were in like a really bad situation financially, and you like asked for their help because they could spare it, and they just told you no, and like you had to like go be homeless or something, live in your car or whatever it is. That's getting rebalanced because they had the money to help you, they just chose not to, because I'm seeing that your parents were and this might be, take it as it resonates. This might be the baby mom, whatever, baby dad, however that resonates for you. They were, or your parents, take it, aunt, guardian, whatever. They were in competition with you, and so they always needed to have this leg up and be in this higher place than you. So they enjoyed seeing you struggle and going through that. And it's almost like they blamed you for their life and all of that type of thing. Like say you had an aunt that had to take care of you because your parents couldn't take care of you. Your aunt is like in competition with you, or uncle, or whatever, however that looks. They were in competition with you, and that's why they didn't help you, and they let you struggle, and they treated you differently, because it's like you, quote unquote, ruined their life. And I'm sorry if this like hurts or whatever, but like it's necessary. If that resonates with you, that's where they were at. We have divine masculine. All of this like trouble, burdens, say like you weren't you had issues with your kid and the baby dad, baby mom, whatever, or these wounds from your parents where like money was more important than you, or whatever, however that looked. That was putting you in this divine energy, all of those trials and tribulations. So you can go ahead and thank your materialistic, manipulative baby mom, baby dad, mom, dad, aunt, whatever. You can thank them, because that's literally blessing you and putting you in this divine energy to get all of this like amazing stuff, to where you can move on with that Six of Swords. You can move out of these turbulent waters. You passed the test, baby. And now shit's getting rebalanced, especially in 2025. Shit's rebalancing, baby. This is like, all the shit's getting exposed, shaken up, and now we're kind of coming back into a I'm seeing it like body work on a vehicle. Like, you had a dent in the side, they popped it out, put some Bondo over it, made it look nice and smooth, sanded it, make it look super pretty. Now we can throw some sexy paint on there, make that look cherry, make it look mint, make it look good, baby. Like that's what's happening. It's like you're finally getting that, $1 million paint job on yourself. Like you're finally looking good, and it's done right. Like we're getting rid of the rust, we're putting new panels, we're fixing it up, and we're doing the body work right. And that's why it took so long. A super sexy cherry car show quality paint job is going to take longer than just some because you got to get all the paint off, you got to fix the rusted out panels, whatever, all that needs to be fixed. You got to throw the bond over it, sand it, love on it, whatever. The process is taking longer for you, and you're like, bro, where's my winnings? Because all of this needed to be rebalanced. And now they're thinking you had a clapped out beater because you had rusted out wheel wells and dents in the side or whatever, and then they saw you weren't driving the car anymore. And meanwhile, your car's been gone for 6 months, and you were getting like a freaking show quality lowrider paint job with like all these crazy ass details in it. They got the lace, the stripes, the different colors, the metal flake, the body work's done right. They were doing it all, you know, they even did the interior. They even did your dash. Like all these little tiny details came together. And then you pop out, you know, with your sick ass lowrider, fool. All sick, homie. Like you come out like big dick swinging and you win the car show. So this is what it is. Like you're coming, this took longer, and so people thought you had this clapped out vehicle, you know, which is your vessel, your body, you know, they're thinking your life is bad, and they're like, hey, I'm above them, I'm better than them, I'm winning, I'm getting them. Meanwhile, it's taking the time. They don't see you with that vehicle anymore. They're like, oh, they must have lost it because it was such a piece of shit. Meanwhile, it's in the shop getting revamped, you know, high performance parts. So it's got like internally it's strong, you know, brand new tires, hydraulics, all this stuff. And externally it's strong. So it's the process. You were doing just this super badass build. It was all part of the process. And we have, yes, I'm going to take that as confirmation for sure. Like all of this is getting rebalanced, and here they thought that they were fucking your life up. Meanwhile, and that things always rebalance. Karma always comes back. What you put out, you get back. And times 10,000, baby. So all of this stuff that they were doing to try to make your life difficult or uncomfortable, or, you know, because they were hurting or whatever weird shit they were working through, it's all coming back to them because they chose, instead of working on themselves and seeing that they had wounds that they needed to heal themselves, they were putting their hurt out there and just only hurting themselves. Yeah, you did get caught in the crossfire, but that only made you stronger with that divine masculine card. That only made you more tough, just stronger, just smarter. It helped you on all levels. Pay your bills, baby. So like if you know, you're still getting caught up in like people wanting money from you or whatever, use your own discernment. But like I'm just also hearing, actually, I'm gonna take that back. I'm hearing this is them having to pay up finally. They're finally gonna have to pay up for all the shit that they played on you, and they're gonna be watching you win. Like all of their sabotage, all of that stuff, it didn't work. And you know, you're in your hella winning season, like you're getting it all back. And times a million. We have, you are too good for me and all eyes on you. So with that, people are going to see you for what you actually are. They thought that they could keep you small. They thought they could make you look bad or, you know, ghetto, you know, impoverished, whatever. They thought they could bring you down or like make your life hard, or say you're bad at co-parenting or whatever it is. All of that shit's getting exposed, and people are going to see exactly what it is. You're too good for me, because all eyes are on you. Them talking their shit, doing their bullshit, has people looking at you, running their, you know, if this was your mom or whatever, they're always like talking like, oh yeah, they're such a shitty kid or whatever it is. That has had people, you know, since they can't quit saying or doing all this shit and trying to sabotage you or get money out of you, whatever it is, make your life hard, that has people watching you because they're pulling the attention to you, and that is showing all of these other people just how strong you are. And so, in fact, they are gathering an audience for their own downfall and gathering an audience for your come up, your claim to fame, if you will. They're helping you. This made you strong with that divine masculine. And with this pay your bills, this is coming back to, you know, I'm getting, if you like get like this really big bill or something like that and you're like shocked, you're like, what the hell? Pay it with gratitude, because that is a sign from the universe that it's like, yeah, the reason you're getting this big ass bill is because you can afford it. and be happy to be like, oh fuck yeah, I can pay that shit. Hell yeah, dog. I got that coin, baby. Or like say you're like having vehicle problems and you have to like pay a lot of money or whatever. That is the universe saying, yeah, dude, you can afford it. Trust me. This is nothing. You have the money, I promise. So paying with gratitude and shifting that mentality to where it's for the good, that's going to bring in way more abundance for you. I just realized I have to go to work. Oh, sorry, babies. I gotta end it there. You are winning. Don't forget that if you got some bills or some mishaps coming up, whatever, that is showing you that you are abundant and you have massive money coming, okay? I love you, babies. Have a wonderful day. Bye.